We are talking about something that for people who really follow real estate might not be a bit of surprise, but I think for a lot of folks who don't so much is, and that's going to be Phoenix being the top industrial market in the country. Before we dive into that, just want to remind folks, visit the website selectfincap.com, get in our free newsletter to get weekly real estate market updates, as well as a look at exclusive commercial investment opportunities. Turning back though, Phoenix at the top of the listing for the country in Q1 2025. This is based on multiple indicators from research from Commercial Edge and Yardi Matrix, as well as some analysis from Google Search Trends. But Phoenix was the best scoring industrial market, and that's being boasted by solid ongoing construction compared to other markets. It's delivered 8.6 million square feet of space in Q1, over double the amount delivered in second place, Dallas Fort Worth. And then there's some other metrics here, but Phoenix is really kind of, when it comes to the industrial space, really kind of shining. Some of your guys' thoughts.
I feel like Phoenix was it's now industrial. A couple years ago it was multifamily. Years before that it was office. It was something. So it seems that Phoenix tends to trend on the positive end of real estate, depending upon whatever trend in real estate is actually trending. There's a lot of trend in there, but I mean, I'm not really surprised. It is an area that is got a lot of um, a lot of highways running in and out. It's a good central location for people to live, especially some of those retired citizens that need better, warmer
Well, hey, let me
climate.
let me let me throw out a huge trend on the industrial side, and that is Phoenix is well on its way to becoming a global hub for semiconductor production. You've got multiple big, huge fabs going in there, Intel building out, TSMC making a major contribution to the region. I think it's pretty clear at this point that in the high tech area, Phoenix is now a high tech center. And when it comes to semiconductor production, it's well on its way to being the number one semiconductor production region in the country. And I think you just have that effect where once you start a few hundred billion there, a few hundred billion, there, it starts adding up to real money pretty soon. And it also, you get those side projects once you put in those multi-billion dollar fabs. It encourages the warehouses and everything else in the supply chain starts moving in.
I was
Well,
just
that's
gonna
kind of,
say, I was gonna say the exact same thing, and also you have so much land out there that you land for so many different purposes. Whereas if you take, let's say, the Florida coast, it's getting very occupied very quickly. New York, New Jersey, Maryland, DC, the West Coast, it's filling up real quick. But there's a lot of room to do a lot of things out there. And then it goes back to Utah, what you were saying. Utah has a lot of land to just do whatever they want with it.
you guys are missing some of the trend related to AI because, semiconductors great, but data centers, New Mexico and Phoenix are leading the country or in the top metrics in terms of growth for data centers, and that is not slowing down at all. So when you have all of the rest of the supply chain in high tech that it supports that, you're going to see kind of a compounding effect.
Yeah, I would say the only real kind of big supply constraint Arizona is facing is water. And they're actually managing to handle that pretty
That's a
well.
big,
It
that's a
really
big
hasn't,
concern.
yeah, it really hasn't limited growth too much, but it is starting to impact some of the residential development. But from a real estate investor perspective, having some limitations actually can help your price appreciation here.
Mhm.
They're still managing to grow with it, but they are having to start to address that issue a bit. But from an industrial standpoint, I'm not surprised
Yeah.
at all that they're at the
Agri-
top of the
agri-
chart.
agricultural supply chains too could be an issue, but I'm sure they'll figure that out.
Yeah, well, I think that could be the odd man out, might be some of the farmers. We'll see how that works. But I'm kind of guessing the major semiconductor fabs might end up having a little bit more of a lobbyist pull from
Yeah.
some of the agro interests.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget it. Don't overlook it. Phoenix is definitely a region, especially if you're in the industrial segment, that I think you got to pay attention to. Thanks for all the thoughts, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us some comments in terms of what we're missing on the Phoenix area or other industrial hotspots. And subscribe to the newsletter and get a look at exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities at selectfincap.com.